FIFA versus PES. The debate that divided many football gamers for decades is at least temporarily dead. The competition between the two, especially in the PS2 days, was great for both franchises. PES 2 boasted Master League with the transfer market and the ability to participate in multiple competitions. Meanwhile, FIFA 2003 had Season Mode, which did have the ability to create transfers, and eventually you would see the career mode that you see in FIFA now. But PES was clearly the big influence, according to the FIFA lead designer in October 2005, Gary Patterson, who said, "PES was a massive influence in the beginning. I don't think there was another sports game that created such varied, emergent, emotive gameplay back then. I loved it." So in the end, you can see Patterson combined the lessons learned from PES with his own instincts, which landed him a promotion FIFA manager, and he really focused on improving some of the gameplay elements, which, if you go back and play some of those older FIFA games, very outdated and nowhere close to the gameplay that you would see in PES at that time. So you can see clearly the competition really helped FIFA become the game it is now. Eventually, moving over to the PS3 days, you would see Ultimate Team come out, which would lead to all these different card collector modes you'd see now in sports games. Of course, PES would respond eventually with My Club. And I think that pressure of trying to keep up with and make revenue on these type of card collector modes is what you saw now happen with the kind of fall of PES, moving to eFootball and trying to make a free-to-play game geared more around microtransactions, online play, and all that. And that is why you see the disaster of the release of eFootball 22. If you want to see more of that, check out the video I did on that the other day, and where we delve into things a little bit more. Just kind of a little mini review of the game there. But again, there is a lot more card creator games just kind of trying to compete now. Of course, eFootball 22 now has decided to wait until spring 2022, which basically means there's no direct competitor for the career mode scene now, because we're not going to see the Master League updates. And with that, now every competitor is all Ultimate Team card collector mode type of competition. As you can see, UFL, one of the new free games that is supposed to come out, advertising fair to play, which clearly means it's built around esports Ultimate Team card collector mode, and that's exactly what the game is going to be geared around. You're not going to be seeing much around, offline gameplay. You won't be seeing a career mode. You can see here on Reddit, the lead producer of UFL fails to recognize a modded PC version of PES 2021. It thinks I posted footage from Rush Football, a CGI betting game. And yeah, you can see the screenshots here. It's just a modded PES 2021 on the PC. He thinks this is a tricky thing you're looking at. It's not gameplay. These videos are orchestrated and look like real football because they're digitized real football. These are made for betting services. If a person is making a football game, you probably would want them to know about PES and not just FIFA. I mean, and he clearly doesn't know what manual controls really benefit, whether it be competitively online or for offline players. You can see him a bit apprehensive about the manual controls on the right. And yeah, that clearly means the game is just completely online based, and that is what you'll be seeing from that. And now there's another competitor in goals. You can see Andreas Thorstensson. He's building a dream company in goals, next-gen football game backed by angel investors, blah, blah, blah. It combines his deep interest in sports gaming, esports, and new technology. So it's clearly, again, it's going to be another online-based game that's trying to compete with FIFA Ultimate Team. Is essentially what it is. You can see in the next tweet, after playing more than 5,000 matches of FIFA, Foot, and observing the esports scene for a long time, it became painfully clear how broken it was with no signs of getting better. So yeah, that is what we're stuck with now. We had the glory days of PES Master League and FIFA being pushed by PES, but of course, things changed quite a bit with the arrival of Ultimate Team. It's now every other football game we'll be seeing on consoles, for the most part, is going to be that. There's obviously one exception, which we'll touch on later, but it's a bit frustrating as someone who I grew up in the PS2 days. I am approaching 30 years old. So I grew up in the glory days of PES, FIFA, having just an incredible amount of good sports games to choose from on consoles. I mean, all the American sports games like basketball, American football, baseball were at an incredibly high level because you had to have a good game from the start. There was no online play. You couldn't just rely on good head-to-head play to be the main offering. You had to have a good career mode, good gameplay. And of course, you can see here, from the Goals official Twitter, we believe making a fast-paced arcade game that will stay true to the sport of football is the best way to achieve the biggest skill gap in a football game. What is that? Fast-paced arcade game with a skill gap and staying true to the sport of football. Football is not a fast-paced arcade game. There's so many intricacies to football, and it's not going to be anything that really appeals to many career mode fans, this Goals game. I mean, some people do like arcade gameplay and offline, and that is completely fine. Those of you who want a more truer simulation experience, it's clear Goals and UFL are not going to be providing any of that. You can see again, we aim for Goals to become a successful esport. We value the opinions of competitive players highly, blah, blah, blah. We'll be interested. Therefore, a professional players association will be created to look after the interests of competing players. So it's going to be a professional players association involving all these different esports players, I'm guessing, and that is the gist of it. So Goals, UFL, eFootball looks like just a pure online offering. It's unfortunate because I know it looked like UFL they have some sponsors of official clubs. But we're not going to be seeing anything just close to competing to FIFA for a while, looks like, unless you want to play modded PES 2021 on PC. That's likely what I'll be playing for the most part, to give me something different from FIFA on occasion, because that is unfortunately what we've been dealt with the death of PES, essentially, and the rise of Ultimate Team. So, hey, your only competition right here is Football Manager. If you have a decent laptop or PC, it doesn't have to be like amazing. I recommend getting Game Pass so you can, or just buying FM. And if you have an Xbox, you can certainly try the console version as well, because that is the closest thing you'll have to a FIFA competitor at the moment. We'll just have to rely on FIFA having the monopoly, EA having the monopoly essentially, and putting out a decent game. This is something that EA has not done good with. Anyone who has played any American football games, EA with a monopoly on a popular sports genre or game, it's not a good thing. Madden. So this is not ideal, but for those of you who want a really complete career mode offering where you can't control the players, I know that's a big thing for some people. They want to be able to control the gameplay, and not rather than just being on the sidelines instructing the players. I understand that, but if that doesn't bother you, try FM. So again, hopefully we do see some improvements to FIFA career mode along the way. We've seen some modes from previous FIFAs being added back, which is, I guess, better than nothing. You can see Create a Club is back in the mix, which was another feature back in the PS2 days. Seems like we should all just be going back to PS2 and playing some career mode back then or something. But I guess some emulators on PC, laptop would work for some of you guys as well. But with that, thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what you think. I really want to move to more kind of some video essays on occasion like this. This is not I feel like, most detailed one I could have put out, but I really enjoy just kind of talking about football games, the history of football and video games and all that. And I think this is really enjoyed making this video and talking or this commentary. With that, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I love you. Again, thanks for the support. Hit that like button. I'll be signing out now, and I'll catch you guys later.